Hello and welcome to our environmental science project. My name is Will Pyburn and this is
Ryan Conrad.
And today we are going to talk about the types of trash, trash in the ocean, trash incinerators, trash trucks, and trash that should be recycled but is not.
A landfill is a place to dispose of waste material by burying and/or covering it with soil. 1/3 of average dump is made of packaging material, and every year each American throws out 1,200 pounds of organic garbage that can be composted.
Tissues and tissue boxes take up a large amount of landfill space when they could be instead recycled and used again. When you go to the store to restock, you should buy refills for your boxes that you already have instead.
92% of singular-use diapers end up in landfills. In 1988, nearly $300 million were spent annually just to discard disposable diapers, whereas cotton diapers are reused up to 50 to 200 times before being turned into rags.
The average person uses 2.5 paper napkins per meal. The estimated usage is 160 billion paper napkins used annually in the United States. This is equivalent to the destruction of 34 million trees annually, and 4 billion pounds of paper waste is in our landfills.
30 to 50% of food made is uneaten, which is equivalent to 1.2 to 2 billion tons of food a year. And another fun fact is, according to the United States Environmental Protection Agency, it is reported that 14.5% of landfill space is food waste.
Today, Americans discard about 33.6 million tons of plastic each year. But of that 33.6 million tons, only 6.5% of it is recycled, and 7.7% of it is combusted to waste to energy facilities. From 1950 to 2009, global plastic consumption has gone from 5.5 million tons per year to 110 million tons each year.
Two billion disposable razors end up in landfills in the US each year. Disposable razor handles are 100% recycled plastic, and you can return them for recycling use. By changing to a straight razor, we can drastically reduce the amount of plastic in landfill.
The United Kingdom produced about 7.5 million tons of wood waste annually, and yet only about 16 to 20% of the wood waste is reused or recycled. That means that the remaining 6 tons of wood ends up in landfills every year.
One of the easiest and fastest metals that you can recycle is aluminum. Aluminum cans can be recycled and reused within 60 days. Steel is another metal that can be recycled completely and can save tons of iron ore, coal, and energy.
Glass is one of the very few products that can be recycled again and again, but more often than not, most of the glass ends up in landfills where it cannot be decomposed. Glass, along with plastic, are completely recyclable, so it is important to recycle and reuse both glass and plastic.
Recycling and reuse of scrap tires has increased from about 11% in 1990 now to over 70% in present day. But the issue with that is tires do not stay buried in landfills because whole tires trap air and methane gas, causing tires to float to the surface.
Landfills are composed of 27.4% paper and paperwood, 4.6 glass, 8.9% metals, 12.7% plastics, 8.7% rubber and leather, 6.3% wood, 13.5% yard trimmings, 14.5% food waste.
14 billion pounds of garbage, mostly plastic, is dumped into the ocean every year. That means 46,000 pieces of plastic each square mile. 80% of the water pollution is caused due to domestic sewage, like throwing garbage on open ground and water bodies.
In 2009, we filled the United States landfills with trash equivalent to the weight of 88 million cars. In that year, the trash we produced was enough to circle around the entire Earth 24 times.
Incinerators do have some negative effects on our health due to environmental pollution. Production of ashes, flue gases, and other releases of incineration can also lead to some serious consequences on mankind, as well as on our natural atmosphere.
Americans throw away enough garbage every year to fill up 63,000 garbage trucks. If we put those trucks end to end and totaled up our year of trash, it would reach halfway to the moon. And the crazy thing about that is that your average garbage truck holds 10 tons of waste.
75% of Americans admit to littering at least once in the past 5 years. People litter because of laziness, lack of care, ignorance, no sense of pride, and lack of seeing a consequence.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed our environmental science project and have a great afternoon.